Hello everyone. I thought I will go today through my stats of reading of 2021, and I'm going to use the stats that Storygraph uses. I don't track anything else. I would like if Storygraph and tracked the countries and things like that, but it doesn't. So I'm just going to go through and show you a little bit what my reading looks like. So first off, I've read 152 books this year, almost 50,000 pages. So I'm very happy with that. Last year I read more than that, but I didn't want to read as much this year. I wanted to focus on other things, so that's fine by me. Something between 100 and 150, it's always fine. And when you look at the moods, my most read mood is reflective and challenging and emotional and informative, which sounds about right. I like reflective books. Funnily enough, I don't seem to like funny or hopeful or inspiring books. Just something to take into account. I normally read because I want to learn and I want to change my perspective. I don't just read for fun as much. If I want something for fun, I will watch a series or a movie. But books are something more intense for me. In terms of pace, it seems that I like slow books. I hardly ever read fast, and again, this is similar to what I was saying about the moods. I just don't like to read for the fun of it so much. In terms of page number, I seem to 49% of the books I've read was below 300 pages, so a fair amount of small books. However, 9% of the books were over 500 pages, which I'm quite happy about, because 9% is about 15 books that are like big books. So I'm happy with that. In terms of fiction and non-fiction, so about a third of my reading was non-fiction and two-thirds were fiction, which again I'm happy with. I like to read non-fiction, but it's bound to be that most of my reading is fiction, so this is quite a good split, I will say. In terms of genre, historical, literary and contemporary seem to be the ones I read the most. Memoir also has a big chunk, so a big chunk of what I read as non-fiction is memoir, which I would prefer it to be less. I would like to read more informative books than memoirs, but that's how it just happened to be this year. And I have a big chunk of LGBTQIA, which doesn't necessarily mean that that's all of the LGBTQIA books I've read, but it's the ones that are marked like that in the app. The same with race. I think there is a section, race, which it's not all of the books I've read from Black authors, or Asian authors. It's just the books that deal with the topic of race explicitly. The format I'm not going to look at because I haven't been tracking. This appeared in the middle of the month and I didn't really check. Most read authors, Ben Okri, which makes sense because I read his trilogy, Ngugi wa Thiong'o, which makes sense because he's my favorite author and I have been making an effort to try to read more from him. Akweke and Messi, which I'm not surprised, but it's something interesting. Ruth Oseki also, I have been in a Ruth Oseki binge. Robin Wall Kimmerer, because I love her and I discovered her this year. And Kazuo Shiguro, which a little bit like Akweke and Messi, it's one author that I enjoy and it's quite hyped, so I have read a couple of books from him. And then when we go to the stats about the number of books and pages that I've read each month, it seems that March and May and September are high peaks, which I think it has to do with prices. And then of course I have a huge dip in November because I had a baby and I haven't read much after having that baby. So overall it makes sense. I'm quite happy with my stats. I think they have removed it now, but they used to also give you the star rating, and my star rating overall. The average star rating is always around a 3, which yeah, I'm also happy with. I don't normally share my star ratings here because I don't think they are relevant for everybody else, but it helps me determine which books I have really enjoyed more easily than if I didn't give a star rating. So for example, when I did my video about my favorite books of the year, I will go and see what books I've given for between 4 and 5 stars, and I will choose my favorite from there rather than having to go through all of the books I read that year and filter through. So that's what I use my star ratings for. But yeah, since I don't share them, it's okay. The app doesn't share them. But yeah, I thought that will be a little bit of an interesting look into my reading this year. Let me know if you have any other statistics or any other numbers that you would like to know. And if you also use the statistics of Storygraph, I think it's pretty cool that they show that. And yeah, that's all for me. Hope you enjoyed. And until next video, bye!